This Gemini Enterprise update is insane. Google just changed everything. One search across all your apps, no more hunting through files, no more wasted time. This is the biggest productivity breakthrough, and I'm about to show you exactly how it works. So, Google just dropped something massive, and I mean massive. Gemini Enterprise can now search across every single app you use. Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Calendar, everything. One search, all your answers. No more opening 10 different tabs. No more digging through folders. No more asking your team where that file went. You just ask a question, and Gemini gives you the answer with context, with links, with everything you need. And here's the crazy part. It understands what you're actually asking for. You don't need to remember file names. You don't need to remember dates. You don't even need to remember which app you saved something in. You just ask like you're talking to a human, and it finds it. You've got your team meetings recorded. You've got spreadsheets with all your data. Everything is everywhere. Before this update, finding information was a nightmare. Someone asks you about a customer conversation from 3 weeks ago. You've got to search your email, then search your drive, then check your meeting notes, then ask your team in Slack. It takes forever. Now you just ask Gemini, show me all the conversations about automation tools, and boom, it pulls everything. Emails, meeting notes, shared documents, all in one place in seconds. So this is not just a small update, this is a complete game changer for how you work, and I'm going to show you exactly how to use it to save hours every single day. So first things first, what exactly is Gemini Enterprise? It's Google's AI assistant built specifically for businesses. It connects to your entire Google workspace. That means Gmail, Drive, Docs, Sheets, Slides, Calendar, Meet and Chat, everything. But here's what makes this update insane. Before you could ask Gemini to help you write an email or summarize a document. That was cool, but now it can search across all of these apps at once. It's like having a super smart assistant who has read every single email you've ever sent, every document you've ever created, and attended every meeting you've ever had. And it remembers everything. Think about that for a second. Every piece of information in your entire workspace is now searchable with one question. You don't need to remember where you saved something. You don't need to know what you called it, you just ask and it finds it. Let me give you a real example. Let's say someone on your team asks you about that new landing page strategy you discussed last month. You talked about it in a meeting, you emailed some ideas to your team, you saved some notes in a Google Doc, and you put the deadline in your calendar before you'd spend 20 minutes hunting through all those places. Now you just ask Gemini, show me everything about the landing page strategy from last month. Done. It pulls up the meeting transcript, the emails, the doc, and the calendar event, all in one place in 3 seconds. Now, if you want to dive even deeper into AI automation, I've got something special for you. I run a community called the AI Profit Boardroom, the best place to scale your business, get more customers, and save hundreds with AI automation. Learn how to save time and automate your business with AI tools like Gemini Enterprise. The link is in the comments and description. Here's how you use it. You open Gemini and you just ask a question in plain English. No special commands, no weird syntax, just talk like you're talking to a person. Let's say you want to find all your customer feedback. You could ask something like this. Show me all the feedback from members in the last 30 days. Gemini searches your Gmail for customer emails. It checks your Google Forms for survey responses. It looks through your meeting notes for any feedback mentioned. And it gives you everything in a nice, clean list. Or maybe you need to prep for a meeting. You could ask, what did we decide in our last team meeting about content strategy? Gemini pulls up the meeting recording, finds the relevant parts, and gives you a summary with timestamps. You can even click through to watch those specific moments. Here's another one. You're working on a proposal, and you need that competitor research you did. You don't remember what you called the file. You don't remember when you made it. You just ask, find my competitor analysis for AI automation tools. Gemini searches your drive, finds the document, and shows it to you with a link to open it right away. The best part, it understands context. If you ask a follow-up question, it remembers what you were just talking about too. So you could say, show me the email where I sent this to the team, and it knows you mean the competitor analysis. It finds that email instantly. This is huge for businesses. Think about how much time your team wastes looking for information. Someone asks where a file is. Another person asks what was decided in a meeting. Another person needs to find an old email. Every single day, hours are wasted just hunting for stuff. Now imagine all of that goes away. Every question gets answered in seconds. Your whole team moves faster. Projects don't get held up because someone can't find the brief. Decisions don't get delayed because no one remembers what was said. Everything just flows. Let me show you some real ways to use this. I'm going to use examples from growing businesses so you can see how powerful this is. First use case, customer research. Let's say you want to understand what your community members are struggling with. You could ask Gemini, what are the top problems members have mentioned in emails and feedback forms this month? It analyzes everything, every email, every form response, every piece of feedback, and it gives you a summary of the biggest pain points. Now you know exactly what content to create or what problems to solve. Second use case, content planning. You're creating a new video or blog post, and you want to make sure you're not repeating yourself. Ask Gemini, have I already created content about Google Gemini automation? It searches all your docs, all your video scripts, all your published content, and it tells you yes or no. If yes, it shows you what you already covered, so you can make your new content different. Third use case, team coordination. Your team is working on a new funnel. There are emails flying around. There are docs being edited. There are meetings happening. You need to know the current status. Just ask what's the latest update on the sales funnel project. Gemini pulls together all the recent emails, the latest version of the doc, and any meeting notes. You get a complete picture instantly. Fourth use case, finding expert knowledge. Someone on your team figured out how to solve a tricky automation problem 6 months ago, but you don't remember who or when. Ask Gemini, how did we fix the Zapier integration issue with our email system? It searches through all your team chats, emails, and documents, finds the solution, shows you exactly what was done. Fifth use case, meeting prep. You've got a big client call in 10 minutes. You need to remember what you talked about last time. Ask Gemini, summarize my last 3 conversations with this client. It pulls up the meeting recordings, the emails, everything, gives you a quick summary. Now you walk into that call fully prepared. Sixth use case, onboarding new team members. Someone new joins your team. They need to understand how everything works. Instead of sending them 50 different documents, you tell them to ask Gemini. They can ask things like, how does our content creation process work? Or where are all our brand guidelines? Gemini finds everything and shows them. They get up to speed way faster. Here's why this is such a big deal for AI automation. The biggest problem with AI tools is that they don't have context about your business. ChatGPT doesn't know your customer conversations. Other AI tools don't know your internal processes. They can help you with general tasks, but they can't help you with specific questions about your work. Gemini Enterprise solves this. It has full context of everything in your workspace. So when you ask it a question, it's not giving you a generic answer. It's giving you an answer based on your actual data, your emails, your documents, your meetings. This means you can automate so much more. Before you had to manually gather information from different places, before you could use AI to help you. Now Gemini does the gathering for you, then it helps you with the task. It's like having 2 AI assistants in one. This is the future of work. Not replacing humans, but giving humans superpowers. Imagine never having to waste time searching for information again. Imagine being able to answer any question about your business in seconds. Imagine your whole team working at twice the speed because they can find what they need instantly. That's what Gemini Enterprise does. And if you want to dive even deeper into AI automation, I've got something special for you. I run a community called the AI Profit Boardroom, the best place to scale your business, get more customers, and save hundreds with AI automation. Learn how to save time and automate your business with AI tools like Gemini Enterprise. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and 100 plus AI use cases like this one,